Hello and greetings to all. Through this video, I seek to continue on to the discussion red versus brown. However, I'm turning the topic around by titling this video red and brown unity. If indeed there is such a thing as brown and red people being completely different from each other, there have got to be ways in which we can come together. Now, recently, social media has been booming with images, videos, posts, and memes regarding Karina Rodriguez, a Native American, a self-described Native American woman of also Mexican heritage, if I'm not mistaken, from Phoenix, Arizona, who underwent a racist attack by a Caucasian woman at a grocery or convenience store. To anybody who hasn't watched the video, the woman and a male accompanying were purchasing something at the counter when this woman begins to hurl racist attacks in the likes of the renowned Go Back to Mexico and whatnot. The young lady is very staunch with the sense of, I am Native American, I was born here in America, where are your ancestors from? Which is something that we ought to acknowledge as brown people, because even if we do accept the terms of immigrant, illegal, invader, and whatnot, Caucasians also need to be reminded that they at one point came from somewhere else. That's not the case, since as decolonizing and re-indigenizing individuals, we acknowledge the fact that we originated in this continent since before it was broken down into the US and Mexico. That's to discuss in other videos. The point of this video is to address the comments of a particular young lady, Native American, from an Apache nation, if I'm not mistaken. This young lady was extremely vocal. She questioned Karina's Native Americanness, since she mentioned a general term, Native American. She didn't mention a particular nation, tribe, or clan in her own words. Now, just to give more information, even though a person might be an Apache, there are different bands and tribes within the Apache. You know, there are the larger Lipan, Jicarilla, and whatnot. But they also do have some clans, bands, and tribes which are a little more intimate, and they don't really get thrown about, since it's something that is very intimate to a tribal member's identity. Similarity, for example, when you use a collective term, Aztec, you know, there were different Aztec groups. Nahuas, there are different Nahua groups. So it's very erroneous to say, oh, what tribe are you from? Well, I think you're meaning what nation am I from? Because tribe is something totally different. Back to this young lady, she did question Karina's Native Americanness. Anybody who sees the video of the young lady and photos that resulted thereafter can see that she is of strong Native American resemblance. However, in the words of this Apache young lady who questioned Karina's Native Americanness, you cannot just call any brown girl with long black hair Native American. Now, this is where it's very important that we are very careful about the verbiage that we want to employ, since a lot of it might come across as implying something else. Even though somebody that is indigenous to Mexico, Canada, Peru, is also a Native American, since guess what? Peru, Canada, and all these nations are in the Americas. Even though this is so, normally whenever you refer to a Native American, especially in the US, you're speaking specifically of the 300, 500 nations that are US federally recognized. In other words, the government needs to determine whether your claims of Native Americanness are correct or not. How would I have termed myself? I would have simply given a little more information. I am indigenous. I descend from indigenous people from this continent. Regardless of your definition of what the US and what Mexico is, I am an indigenous person of this continent. What country in Europe are you from? And why shouldn't you leave? Why should I leave? I would have been a little more descriptive, but of course, in the heated moment, we don't oftentimes have a quick script where it can be like, da da da. No, I'm Native American, I belong to this continent, which anybody who had at least the US educational system will know that America is more than the U.S. America is Canada, America is Mexico, America is South America. And that is where we decolonizing persons and re-indigenizing persons are breaking away from the stigma of what is America and what is not America. Why place so much emphasis in the U.S. is not just America. There is the American hemisphere pretty much, when this is just leading to more confusion. Personally, I did feel that it was a needless confrontation that is bringing about division by attacking Karina, who is pretty much attacking white supremacy at large. However, I do understand the Apache woman's concerns as to how protective she is of her Native American identity. In other comments, she stated that Chicanos know nothing of the Native American experience or the reservation life, and as such wouldn't last a day in the reservation. Well, the barrio life is oftentimes equally or worse than conditions in the reservation. And I've been to reservations that are not as poverty stricken and as atrocious as some other ones. Therefore, to define a person by the hardships of their life is a little uncalled for, in my opinion. I'm going to develop this topic further, since it is pretty much a world of its own, and we should be focusing on brown unity, which is the goal of this channel and of my work. So please stay tuned.